Hey everyone, and welcome to another edition of Tactical Tips with Jeff and Luke. Now, I think we're going to have this thing ongoing, right?
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
I'm not doing anything. I'm excited to be here, guys. We're going to talk a little bit. This week is our tactical tip is brought to you by Neo, of course, underwriting system. Been great for us lately. We had that conversation this morning in sales meeting. A salesman was a little upset that a customer had a bad score in Neo, and then apparently went down the street and got approved with $200 down on some car. And I'm like, good. I'm like, that's not a loss for us. That's a win. That means that we didn't put that bad person into our portfolio. So you got to understand this is telling us who we want. It's also telling us who we don't want.
It's a tactical advantage over your competition if you're using it there or not, right, Jeff?
Mm-hmm. A lot of what that does is it's going to weed the people out. So that leads us into health, so we got physical health, and we went over that a little bit last week and in our episode that came out on Thursday when we talk about, morning routines and keeping yourself healthy. But there's also that mental health, right? And I think as dealers, especially if you're in the buy here, pay here industry, man, it is mentally taxing, guys. We are just constantly getting beat down. There's always a fire, always.
It is. And, mental health is probably one of the things in our nation right now that's hurt more people than anything, really. And we've got to make sure that we are clear in how we handle ourselves, because Jeff, if we handle ourselves properly, we can help not only our staff, we can help our staff's family, and we can help our customers. Because if something goes wrong with their car, it is mentally taxing. They don't know how they're going to get to work. They don't know how they're going to get their kids home from school, how to get their kids to school. These things can really be a mental drain, and you don't know what other people are thinking. So the more we can do to help with our mental state, the better we can, kind of push that out to the world, right?
Yeah. And so I'll give you guys a couple of my tips, things that I do here. I always say that no decision is the worst decision, right? So for my shop manager, my sales manager, collection manager, anyone that's making a decision with a customer, no decision is the worst decision, right? Just putting it off, ignoring them, not handling the problem. There's very few things that our team or your employees can do that will take you under, right? Very few things will bankrupt you. A collection of very bad things might, but one off, you're not there, you're on vacation, you're out of the office, they handle a situation. No big deal, guys. That's the number 2 advice I have is empower them to make the decision. And when they do step out and they make the decision, don't come running in, yelling, throwing grenades, and Monday morning quarterbacking their decision. Just say, hey, you know what? Glad you made a decision, but let's look at this. Let me help you think this through. So next time, maybe we do it a little bit different. If your staff is so scared to make the wrong decision because you're going to yell at them, then guess what? Every single problem gets dropped in your lap, right?
Yeah. And one of the things I've done to help my mental health at my dealership is move to another building. And you would be amazed that I was getting a lot of burnout because I was constantly hearing the problems, right? And when I moved from the building where all the problems take place, and don't get me wrong, we don't have that many problems, but when I moved from there to another space and tuned that out, my mental health and my want to continue to do this job grew overnight. And so that's a good way for you as a manager or you as an owner to help put layers between yourself and the customers. Because like you said, we've trained our staff to make the decisions, hopefully. So you need to step back and not be involved in every decision, because it will help you not have that mental anguish all the time.
Yeah. And a lot of that comes with taking time off, right? You have the staff in place so that you can leave, and you're leaving, you're going on vacation, you're being with your family, you're going to conventions and educating yourself so that you can come back recharged, right? And then you can put that new energy to your staff, because if you're burnt out every day and you're coming to work on edge and angry, it trickles down, right? And then everyone else is on edge and angry.
Yeah. And if you don't build yourself a to-do list, or what you've got going, that can create mental strife in your head as well. I've been neglecting some QuickBooks things that I should have done probably a month or 2 ago, Jeff. And I looked at Alexa this morning. I said, I got a ton of QuickBooks stuff that I've got to do, and I'm really not looking forward to it. So because I was lax on doing things earlier and didn't follow my normal protocol, that's put extra weight on me that that I didn't want to start. I started today, but it was sucky.
Yeah. Everybody, hope that helps you, gives you some tactical tips for this week. Go out there, protect your mental health, do what you got to do to keep it strong and keep fighting.